So folks, today was No King's Day, a truly remarkable display of democracy and patriotism all around the country as we got out there and protested against Donald Trump and his regime. But look, I gotta be honest, there are two main things I love about No King's Day. Of course, number one are the amazing protests we saw across the country. But number two is the MAGA meltdown that follows every single time. They simply cannot control themselves anytime the MAGA losers see millions of Americans getting out there and using their voices against their cult leader. They have a meltdown on social media. They let all of their emotions fly out of them. They have their temper tantrums. They have their freakouts. That's exactly what happened today. So I want to show you some of the MAGA meltdown. Then later, I want to show you some facts about the protests that'll truly blow your mind. They're so impressive. Now, before I do any of that, make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about the story, and without further ado, let's dive in. I wanted to start with the MAGA influencers who were freaking out about the protest, but just before I started to film this video, I got word of something that Donald Trump, the president of the United States, posted on social media. He took time out of his day to attack me. Yours truly. This is a photo that I took at the No Kings protest in Manhattan earlier today, and Donald Trump decided to include it in a video he posted on Truth Social. You can see that this is coming from his official Truth Social page, and I'll show you just a brief part of this less than 20-second video. I'm not going to give my full response here. I have a video coming out about that, giving it its own video, but you can see Trump in this jet with a crown on his head, dropping things on Americans protesting. I happen to be the first person who Donald Trump drops something on, and this is what the president of the United States is focused on. I'm not going to give too much of my response right now, but this is what he's doing with his time. Thinking, or fantasizing, I should say, about attacking Americans who participate in the No Kings protest. But as I said, I'll save my full response for its own dedicated video because I think it warrants a response. But without that, aside from that, I should say, let's move on to the MAGA influencers. And look, if you haven't subscribed already, I think Donald Trump attacking me is pretty good reason to do so. Clearly, what we're doing here is getting under his skin. But regardless of that, here's Gunther Eagleman, one of the worst MAGA influencers out there, who said something I just thought was so absurd. He said, "No real man attends a No King rally. If you're a dude who supports any of this, throw away your man card." I'm not going to read the entire thing, give him the satisfaction of that happening. But I just thought this part in particular was so dumb. Because the reality is no real man votes for Donald Trump, or at least no real man stands by what Donald Trump is doing. No real man looks at Trump picking people off the street in unmarked vehicles with masked agents decked out in military gear is good. No real man thinks that. No real man votes or supports somebody who assaults women, defames women, has all of these different accusations against him. No real man votes for a felon. And so Gunther has it backwards. He actually happens to be on the side of coward, and anybody that stands up to Donald Trump is on the side of patriot. And that's the truth. But anyway, I don't want to give Gunther too much attention. He is annoying. Here's Cat Turd, who is genuinely considered a serious MAGA commentator, which I will never understand. He said, "Watching all these losers whining today is hilarious. Boo-hoo. No Kings, sniff, sniff." Does he not see the irony of what he just said? He's claiming that all the people who went to No Kings protests are whining. Meanwhile, he's literally whining on social media. Cat Turd and his fellow MAGA commentators spent all day raging about No Kings. They are quite literally the whiners in this situation. Us Americans who got out there and protested were making our voices heard against somebody who clearly is a wannabe dictator, subverting court rulings, ignoring courts altogether, I should say, disappearing people, attacking the First Amendment, and more. Apparently, according to Cat Turd, protesting against that is whining, but when you just type on social media all day behind a screen, that's activism. Okay. The MAGA obviously has it backwards. And then, of course, other right-wing outlets were just spreading straight-up misinformation about what we saw today. Here's the Right Angle News Network saying, breaking, at exactly 1 p.m., all of the No Kings protesters in Times Square immediately dispersed. Totally normal and definitely not AstroTurf. So I guess the claim is that the protesters were fake and somehow the Democrats just bust them all into New York City. And so I actually responded by saying, "You're an actual idiot. It's called a march for a reason. People walked from Times Square to 14th Street, so of course people moved away from there. This isn't rocket science." And I included a video I filmed. I won't play the video out loud, but it shows you some of the size of the crowd. I mean, look at this. This is what I saw today. So it's called a march. People were marching, but I guess that apparently is too difficult for MAGA to understand. This also went viral, 4.7 million views. So clearly it resonated with some MAGA people. I don't understand how. The Trump War Room just posted a photo of Donald Trump in a crown. They're just kind of fully embracing Donald Trump being a wannabe dictator, a wannabe king. They're just not even trying to hide it anymore. Here's another guy, a MAGA commentator, Matt Van Swole, said, well, I'm at the No Kings protest in downtown Asheville. I wore my freedom shirt, and for the first time in my life, I put on a MAGA hat. There were a lot of angry people who were mean, but also so many people that hugged me and said thank you. So, of course, this part is just not true. Nobody at a No Kings protest saw you wearing a MAGA hat and was like, oh, thank you so much for being here. I mean, it's pathetic. The level of lie is pathetic. So this just didn't happen. But yeah, again, I just find it so weird. I mean, do these MAGA fans have any hobbies? Do they have anything, family, a wife, a kids maybe, that takes up their time? No, they just, again, sit on social media all day, type behind a screen and call other people losers, and then they try to go antagonize people. It's like, genuinely, I'm not trying to be mean here, it's what I believe. I think this is a very sad life to live, where you do stuff like this and you post it on social media for everybody to see. You think it's something that you're proud of. I don't know. But I don't really have any problem being mean to somebody like Matt, who is, of course, posting this on social media willingly. And then, of course, Mike Johnson recently, before the No Kings protests, said that this day would be a hate America rally. The Antifa crowd, the pro-Hamas crowd, the Marxists, they all called us. And how wrong was Mike Johnson? Because this is the MAGA meltdown, but I want to show you some facts now about the protests. Here's Washington, D.C., where an expected 200,000 people showed up. 200,000. Look at this. Our nation's capital. Donald Trump's back door. All these people out here in Washington, D.C. 200,000 people in D.C. alone. I mean, just remarkable. And look, there's no violence. There's no Marxism or Antifa or whatever the hell Mike Johnson was trying to claim, or any of these lunatics were trying to claim. Here are other cities as well. Just remarkable. Just remarkable. Yeah. So many people out today making their voices heard. And this right here, what you're seeing on your screen, is exactly why MAGA is having the meltdown. It's exactly why they're freaking out. They see all these people out here, patriotic Americans, making their voices heard, and so they have to take out their emotion on social media and just prove to everybody that, they're not serious people. Here's another fact I wanted to show you. Nearly 7 million people attended the protests across the country, with 2,700 different events taking place, different cities, different states, different towns where people showed up. This is, I believe, around 2 million more people estimated than the first No Kings protest. So this has only grown by 2 million. 2 million people have joined in to the No Kings protest in this short amount of time since the first one. And remember, MAGA told us it was going to be a flop, that it was going to backfire. Nobody was going to show up. 7 million people showed up. One of, if not the largest, single day protest we've ever seen in American history. And on the point of MAGA claiming it was going to be violent and all these bad people are getting out there, here's from the NYPD from the protests I went to today. We had more than 100,000 people across all 5 boroughs peacefully exercising their First Amendment rights, and the NYPD made 0 protest-related arrests. Here's another one. How about Austin? Thank you to everyone who participated in the No Kings March. The rally remained peaceful with no arrests reported. Kind of destroys from these police departments the MAGA narrative that today was going to be violent. Or what was it that Mike Johnson said? Can we get it here again? Yeah, they're all going to gather on the mall. It's outrageous, he called it. It's all going to come to an end. It's the Hate America rally, when all these folks were peaceful. Nobody got arrested today, at least in Austin and New York City. And I'm just including this because I thought the photos were cool. J.B. Pritzker in Chicago today. This guy has some good energy with him. I like this guy a lot. I like J.B. Pritzker a lot. He's one of these folks who's really standing up to Donald Trump. He's meeting the moment, which I really appreciate. But look, I don't want to take too much of your time. I did have to show you Donald Trump's meltdown that included me and all these other MAGA influencers. That's part of my response. I wasn't meant to show you that, but little sneak peek. All these other MAGA influencers who are out here just lying about it or raging about it, whatever their reaction was, it was all very pathetic. And of course, They are raging because they see the stats that we saw, the 7 million people attending, all these people in different cities getting out there and making their voices heard. They hate it. So look, anyway, I just had to show you some of this stuff. I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. It truly means the world that you are here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment. Let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.